Hello, and welcome to the third part of the video series Visualizing Data, Creating Infographics with Vengage. My name is Hila Singh, and I'm the Data Visualization and GIS Specialist at the Department of Knowledge Production, right here at UNLV's Lead Library. The purpose of this video is to introduce participants to Vengage, which is the program we will use to create the infographic. Vengage is offered as a free program with some limited functionality. Students in specific courses will get an email with access to an education license, which will be good for the duration of the semester. Once in Vengage, we'll review some things to consider when selecting a layout for your infographic. Let's get started. Open a web browser. Chrome works the best, and go to vengage.com. From the landing page, click on Sign In on the top right hand of the page. On the next screen, select Sign Up with Google and enter your unlv.edu email credentials. As a new user, once you are logged in, Vengage may ask you some questions. Feel free to skip those questions until you get to this page. At this stage, we need to select our layout template. But before we do that, let's talk about why using a pre-made template is better than creating your own infographics from scratch. That is, unless you are a more experienced designer. If you were to create your own design, you would have to consider the right size and proportion of the page, select colors, and choose a font theme that's relevant and makes sense for your topic. That's taking a lot of risk when you have something like your grade or a professional academic presentation on the line. Instead, a template has already created everything for you. The page is in the right size and properly divided into sections. The colors fit together harmoniously, and the fonts are appropriate. Using a template means that a professional designer has made the design decision for you, and now all you have to do is select the right template and put your text and data in. As you can see, Vengage offers its users numerous templates. When you come to decide which template is right for you, think about the following. First, is the design level appropriate for you? Templates are clearly marked with the design complexity they offer: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. It's important that you select a level that is congruent with your skill level so that you wouldn't get too bogged down with detail. Second, does the template offer you enough space? This assignment requirements are descriptive and require a lot of space. So while this achievement infographics may be at the right design level, it is not long enough to fit all the assignment requirements. Look at how small the font is. It is not something that's easy to read. Now that we agreed on the right size of the infographic, is the template properly organized for the assignment requirement? Remember that in the overview of design tips, I discussed that properly presented information has a flow from top to bottom and left to right. Additionally, in this assignment, you are presenting academic findings to an academic audience, so match the flow and look of the infographic to the audience. For example, although it has directional arrows and a line to follow, this customer journey map may confuse the academic reader as it goes back and forth through your narrative and findings. The next thing you want to consider is the look of the infographics, which is the combination of its layout, which we already covered, with the color scheme and font pairing. You are reading the assignment description and planning your infographic. Think about the message you want to convey to your audience and how that message can be conveyed via colors and fonts. Let's take a look at the highly engaging Instagram post template. The color scheme is really simple, just white and 2 shades of blue. This is good because studies show that blue is perceived as calm and positive and is almost a university-liked color. Additionally, the font scheme is clean but not boring. The copy font is somewhat untraditional, which keeps things interesting. Here's another example, the childhood obesity statistics. This infographics is a little more colorful, but it's properly balanced with a solid grid of squares and rectangles, and the fonts are very traditional. This one would also be a good choice. A more challenging template would be the Boss Bride infographic. In this template, the designer used a little bit of cursive ornate font. Although this font is used very sparingly at the title and subtitle of the infographic, the font may be difficult to read for some people and may associate the topic or content of the infographic with something more lacy or unserious. Additionally, if you're planning on using acronyms, you should avoid cursive fonts because they are not meant to be used with acronym and will be difficult to read. There is nothing wrong with using an ornate or cursive font, but be cognizant that different fonts deliver different messages to your audience, as I discussed in the previous video. Lastly, select a template with a topic that is either directly related to your topic or one that is broad enough so that you wouldn't have to change too much. For example, this water crisis template is of the right size, the page is properly divided into sections, the colors are harmonious, and the fonts are clean and professional. However, this is a very specific topic, and most of the look of this infographic is about waves and water drops. This means that you would have to spend some time cleaning it up to fit your topic, which you may not want to do. So, the perfect template will be the right size, divided into a grid, have a harmonious color scheme, readable and legible fonts, and not be too complicated. Once you selected the template you wish to use, hover over the template with your cursor to reveal the menu, and now click on Create. Since this tutorial applies for all disciplines, in the next video, I will show you how to use different functions within Vengage to visualize the data that you have. In this video, we discuss the different layouts in Vengage and select one that fits the requirements of the assignment. Thank you for watching. Please continue to the fourth video in the series to learn about different data visualization capabilities in Vengage.